What's going on? This is Billy Nellis, your full-time affiliate marketer helping others having four-figure days online. And this video is going to be a Bitclub Network review video. If you don't know by now, I'm also into the cryptocurrency world. And as an affiliate marketer, you can also earn Bitcoin as an affiliate marketer, right? So, real quickly before I go into what Bitclub Network is, let me, just cover a little bit about what Bitcoin is. So, if I can describe it real quickly with this Wikipedia definition right here, you can just Google what is Bitcoin or Bitcoin definition. Bitcoin is a digital currency that you cannot touch physically. Okay. So, because it's a decentralized currency, the middleman is actually eliminated, and we're talking about the bank over here. So you can send some funds to someone all the way in Russia, being in Canada. If you're just like me, I'm based out of Toronto, Canada. I could send some money to someone in Russia within minutes, and they're gonna get it. And it doesn't even matter if it's 100, 1,000, or even $100,000, and I can send that amount of funds with Bitcoin. It's gonna get there in minutes, and the fee to send that is very minimal compared to, say, a wire that you would do at the bank, and that would be way more expensive. And everything is controlled and processed through the blockchain, and it's a peer-to-peer system that allows you to send some funds to another individual. In a lot of complex mathematical solutions are being processed with computers to make that happen. And instead of being the bank, it's computers, right? With a very complex system that was created by Satoshi. Till this day, some people can't even identify who that individual is, as weird as it may sound, but it's a very smart and complex system. And if you were to go and send a wire to someone at the bank, you would never be able to look at what's going on with your transaction, as opposed to the blockchain, where you can actually go and see what's going on with your transaction going from one person to another, right? So you have total control of what's going on with your funds, and that's absolutely amazing. So with Bitcoin, you can just go ahead and buy yourself some Bitcoin. You can get yourself a digital wallet. So instead of having a wallet that you put in your pocket, you also have a digital wallet where your Bitcoin is stored, right? I personally use Exodus. There's a few other ones out there. You can even use blockchain.info. If you Google that real quickly, you can go in there, and it works by address, right? So if you have a wallet and I have a wallet, I can send it to your address, and that's how you're going to receive some funds, right? So with Bitcoin, how you earn some money, you can buy some and let it sit in your digital wallet. And if I go to check what the value of one Bitcoin is today in US dollars, for one Bitcoin at the time that I'm recording this video, it's $8,330 US for one Bitcoin. And you can buy that in fraction. You don't need to buy a whole Bitcoin for you to get started. You can buy $100 worth of it, and you can get going, started in your wallet. And as the value of the Bitcoin goes up, so by tomorrow it's probably going to be more. Sometimes it goes up and down. I remember when I first came across Bitcoin, it was like 75 cents for one, and now it's like over $8,000. In 2017, it spiked to almost $20,000 for one. It went back down around the end of January because of the Chinese New Year. It's always a trend over the years, and its growth has been exponential in the past few years, and it's gonna keep going. Some people are like, "Oh, it's too late. If am I going to be able to buy some Bitcoin and this and that?" You can still buy some today, but the smart way to go about it, and I was explaining it a little bit earlier, is the transaction are being processed in the blockchain. In the process of confirming and solving those complex mathematical equations with the computers is called mining. That's what mining Bitcoin means. So when you participate in that, you actually collect some Bitcoin, so you get a fractions of the dividends for solving those equations. And that's why, if you were to send some Bitcoin to someone, you have to pay a little bit of fees there for the funds to go from one party to another, right? So that's called Bitcoin mining, and that's exactly what I'm doing with Bitclub Network. Okay, so if we go to blockchain.info/pools, you'll see the top companies that mine Bitcoin, right? It's a hash rate distribution amongst the largest mining pools, right? If you can see over here, worldwide, these are all the companies that are mining, the top ones, right? And if you look at, the companies that are here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, Bitclub Network is actually the 9th biggest company in the world that is mining Bitcoin. And by me investing in this company, I'm actually investing in the equipment, in the computers that are actually solving those equations in the blockchain for Bitcoin to go from one party to another all day long. And a lot of transactions are happening. There's the supply of Bitcoin is 21 million. And so far, 16 million, I believe, or maybe a little bit more at the time that I'm recording this video, has been collected and mined. So people own it. And guess what happens when the supply goes lower? The value of it is going to go higher. And that's why they project that Bitcoin is going to go up to at least, $50,000 for one over the years, and probably even more, right? So the smart way to go about, earning some Bitcoins is to actually mine it so that you're actually collecting some Bitcoin instead of just having it sit in a digital wallet. And I'm doing that with Bitclub Network. Okay, as you can see, this is my account. I'm logged in right now. I've been in for about 65 days. These are my mining earnings so far. So if I click on that, you'll see that I own different mining pools right here. There's 1, 2, and 3. The first one is worth $500. The second one is $1,000, and the third one is $2,000. So the shares that you can get is actually all of those right here. But I just went in and I got 3 of them for the founders pool, which is me owning a share for all 3 pools. Okay, so you have pool number 1 at 500, the second one at 1,000, and the third one for $2,000. And I own a share of all of them, right? So if we just take a look at my earnings so far, right? So every time you get a share, it's gonna last for 1,000 days, and so far I'm 65 days in, so there's 935 days left for each of the pools, and my earnings so far is 0.04005 Bitcoin. So if we go check today, the value of that, so 0.04005 BTC in USD, that's the value of it right now. So me being in for 65 days, that's what I've mined so far. This is what I earned, and I invested. If we look at the pools that you invest in, right? So if I go back to the shop over here, right? I invested $3,500, and if we just go quickly in my orders, right? So at the time of me recording this video, I came in December. And when you come in, you pay a $99 membership fee that you pay for life. You don't have to pay it anymore. That's just the membership enrollment that you pay to the company. And then as you can see right here, I paid the package, which is me owning all the pools, all the shares, for $3,500. So far, this is what I mined. This is what I earned, and I have 935 days left to keep going. So pretty amazing, pretty excited about that. You're passively earning some Bitcoin, and as the value goes up, the value of what you're mining goes up as well, right? And here's what I did over here. There's a repurchase percentage that you can set to a minimum of 50% for the first pool, 40% for the second pool, and 30% for the third pool, or you having all 3 pools. But me, I set it to 100%. So every time I get some returns, and as you can see, there's a daily payout. So every single day you get paid, right? Right now you get paid in Bitcoin Cash, which is a quick alternative to Bitcoin being number 1 in the cryptocurrency market, right? So I set it to the 100% 100% repurchase because I'm listening to guys that are worth $100 million dollars in the company, right? So what that does is that you're compounding your earnings. And just for you to understand what that means is if you look at getting a penny that doubles every single day for 30 days, it may not look like a lot in the beginning, right? But when you get to day 28 and 29, it's you're getting to the $1 million, and you started with a penny. So day one you have 1 penny, day two you double what you had on the previous day, which is 2 pennies, and then day three you double what you had on the previous day, which was 2 pennies that doubles, so 2 pennies times 2 and 4 pennies, and so on and so forth. But when you compound that on day 38, you're looking at $5 million. So that's exactly what I'm doing here with this concept. 100% repurchase for a little while, and by the end of that, by the end of that thousand days, depending on what the value of the Bitcoin will be, I will mine and compound about 3 to 5 Bitcoin. And if worst case scenario Bitcoin is worth $50,000 and I mined 3 Bitcoin overall, or even 5 Bitcoin, that's 5 times $50,000. And that right there is what? $250,000 in that period that I didn't even put in some work to actually earn that, right? So this is my quick review for Bitclub Network. This is my earnings so far. If you appreciate my video, hit the like button right now. Maybe leave a comment. Maybe you have some questions you want to know more. I'm possibly gonna shoot another video to go a little more in depth of what Bitcoin is and all that good stuff. I'm a fan of it. As you can see, I'm wearing a Bitcoin hat. I'm right here on the bottom right, and then I really like it, right? So with companies like this, if you look at the blockchain, you see it on the blockchain, you see that it's legit. They actually have facilities in Iceland that you can actually go and visit, touch the machines that you invest in, and all that good stuff. So it's a really, it's a really legit company that you can physically go and visit them, and you can actually track the transaction on the blockchain. So a lot of companies out there that are just unethical and Ponzi's with Bitcoin, and you really have to be careful, because if you cannot track their transactions, some companies are gonna claim that they trade for you and all that good stuff. If you cannot track their transactions on the blockchain, it's a Ponzi, right? Straight out like that. I've been burned before, and it's about being really careful. But when you have a company like this that is in the top 10 companies in the world that is mining Bitcoin every single day, we're talking about a company that mined probably more than $300 million worth of Bitcoin, if not more, and it's created more millionaires than ever. When you talk about Bitcoin mining companies, right? And it's actually amazing, right? And that's what I'm doing. This is why I'm sharing this video with you, so that you can get a little information about that and see my results so far. So I want to take it to the next level. I want to take my compounding to the next level, and I want others to do the same with me, right? I'm talking to guys right now, my uplines and everybody are guys that are averaging $30,000 to $60,000 per day with this, and I want to get it to the next level also. So if you want to get started with this right now, click the link below that is right in the description box. Leave me a comment below. Maybe you have some questions, stuff like that. Make sure to subscribe to my channel also, because I'm going to be sharing a little bit more content about this. Don't want you to miss it out. So once again, if you want to get started right now, I can guide you through it. It's actually very simple, and this is what you have to do. You don't be someone that just buys Bitcoin and let it sit in the digital wallet. Actually make it work for you and collect more while the value goes up as well. This is the smart way to go about it, passively earning some. And by the time that you start accumulating and compounding the Bitcoin that you collect, you're gonna start increasing your money, getting 3 to 7% returns on your money every single month, if not more, over time. Is a pretty good investment. If you look at gold, the increase is about 2% per year. That's very small. If you look at real estate, although it can be pretty lucrative. You're talking about 5% increase per year. Ask any real estate, any real estate person, and they'll tell you, right? So with this, you're talking about 3 to 7% per month on your money, and at the end, it can be very lucrative if you're compounding the Bitcoin that you actually collect, mine, and earn, right? So once again, this was Billy Nettles here. Click the link below right now if you want to get started. You can also email me. I'm going to put some information right underneath this video right now for you to get started. And let's start mining and earning some Bitcoin, all right? Once again, Billy Nettles here signing out. See you on the next one.